my blanket. Are eating my blanket. Hello everyone, today is Monday, July the 5th, 2021, and I am on here today to take the challenge of the Summer Teacher Tag. If you don't know about the Summer Teacher Tag, this is a series of questions that you can answer as a teacher. You can come on here even if you're not normally a YouTuber, and you can tag the Summer Teacher Tag and complete the questions so that we can hear from each other and find out what everyone's doing over the summer. So I thought I would take Darin up on this tag today. I'm here in Southern Maryland at my parents' house getting some well-deserved rest and relaxation. This is 1 week out of less than 3 that I get off this summer, and I will get into that in just a minute. You'll find out why. And if you want to do the tag too, the questions will be linked in the description for you. So fire away. Question number 1. So question number 1, where do you work and what do you do? So I am working for Hyde County Schools. If you have ever heard of Ocracoke, which it was in the news a lot after recent hurricanes, it's had a lot of publicity lately because of all of the people going to help them recover. So I am not actually on Ocracoke Island. I am just over the mainland, close to Ocracoke. So Ocracoke is the island part of Hyde County. I'm on the mainland side of Hyde County. So I work for a very small rural school district. The students, there's about, in our middle school where I teach 6 through 8 science, there are maybe 30 kids to 35 kids per grade right now. When we have a big class, it's like 40 something. So it is a very rural area. A lot of good community there. People have known each other for a really long time. So this is actually my second time working there. I worked for this school district in 2009 to 2012 when we first moved to North Carolina. And then my husband, he got laid off from the National Park Service, and we found that it was hard for him to get a teaching job when he went back for education. So we moved to the beach where there would be more centrally located districts around where he might have a better opportunity to get hired as a teacher. And then we ended up coming back when our youngest daughter graduated. So I really love it there. It's very quiet and beautiful, and there's so many good people there, and there's just so many beautiful things there. It's a great wildlife area if you like the great outdoors. So that's where I'm working. Number 2, how much of your year was fully remote versus hybrid or fully in person? So in 2020 to 2021, I would say we were about 50% fully remote, and then about 50% hybrid. We did not have any times this last school year where all students were required to be there, or they were considered to be, truant from school. So students have had, and parents have had the option all year to keep their students home. We started at the beginning of the year, it was 100% remote, and then it was around November, early to mid-November, when we went back hybrid. And at that point, I think we had about 50% of our kids that were there in person with us, which was nice because we eased into all the protocols. And then we had a spike around the Christmas season. And so they were concerned about bringing us back in person in January. So in January, we were remote again through like mid-February, and then we came back mid-February, and we're back the rest of the school year, but hybrid. And as that time went on, and as the governor relaxed some of our restrictions in the state, more parents sent their children back. So probably by the end of the year, I would say we had like maybe 75%, possibly 80% of our students back in person, and the rest of them were still at home. I think in the fall, of course, you know, they haven't made any decisions yet, but I think that there will still be an option for remote, but I think it's going to be by application, and also based on whether the student was actually working in that type of learning environment. All right, number 3, what are you planning to do on that first weekend of summer break? Well, actually, I'm turning in this teacher tag late because I have not had a lot of time off. As I was telling you, I don't have very much time off this summer, and that's because we opted to do summer school. I know that a lot of teachers did not want to do summer school this year. In fact, our district is paying twice as much as they normally do. The state is paying twice as much as they normally do for teachers to be involved in what they're calling the summer extension program, which truly did pretty much extend the school year because we had a week off after the school year was out, and then we came back full force with our summer program. We have 3 weeks, and then this is our 1 week off in the middle, and then 3 more weeks, and then we'll have like 4 days before our work days start for teacher work days. Now, I'm kind of in an unusual setting because our school district is early college, and early college high school, we keep pace with the schedule of the local community college. So we come back at the beginning of August instead of like the 3rd week in August, which is more of a traditional calendar. So that's why we're really not getting time off this year because of that, whereas some other teachers that work in more traditional calendar will get more time off. So what am I planning on doing the first weekend? Well, what I did do before this video was created, we went on a camping trip to Frisco Woods. We live, you know, in the Outer Banks area, so we're pretty close to Hatteras and all of those vacation spots. So it's easy to get away and have a little vacation when you don't have a lot of time. Just do a staycation. So that's what we did. We went to the campground. We had just gotten our new puppy, so we did not want to leave him very long. He was still getting into the routine and the potty training and all of that. So we brought him with us, which I feel like because it was camping and it was super hot that week, it was very humid and hot, and we were taking care of the dog. All those things kind of like work together to make it not really that relaxing. I did have some moments of relaxation, but I just never felt like I came down off of that end of the school year, like stress feeling that you feel. It was like a lot of work getting all the camping gear and getting out there, and then, you know, trying to keep the dog happy and cool while we were there, and then coming back and unpacking. So I feel like this week is the first time that I've really kind of like come down off of that end of the school year feeling, and I'm really appreciating the week off in the middle. All right, how does your summer morning routine differ from your school year morning routine? Well, obviously this summer it's not differing that much, but when I'm off, normally I sleep in a lot later. So on a typical school day, I get up at about 5:30, so I have to be ready to leave the house by, you know, 6:30, 6:45. So during the summertime, when I'm normally off, I don't get up until 8:30 or 9. I really can't sleep too much later than that just because there's so much sunlight. I like to wake up really slowly. I usually read when I wake up, and then I'll go outside, and when my garden is already planted, I'll water my flowers. I'm not really sure if that's, not sure what's going on. That was my car alarm. I think maybe my husband did that by accident. Okay, that was fun. Anyway, After watering my flowers and working in the garden for a little bit, while it's cooler, maybe I might take a walk, especially now that I have my puppy. I know I'm going to be doing more walking. Then I'll come back in and I'll get started on whatever I've planned for the day, which sometimes that's like a home decorating project, or sometimes I'm just going to read a book that day. Sometimes I'm doing some kind of DIY, or I might just get ready and go to the beach because we're like an hour from the closest beach access. However, this year during summer school, I'm keeping a pretty normal routine. I did sleep in at my mom's so far, and I'm really enjoying that. All right, what is currently on your read list? So I'm one of these people that I have a huge stack at any point in time of books that I'm reading, and I try to pick something that is going to help me professionally because I enjoy my job, so it's not like work when I'm reading to learn. I really enjoy learning. And then I'll have something that has to do with health, and I'll have something that's like a hobby of mine that I'm interested in, and then maybe it's just something fiction. So right now, my books that I'm looking at that I want to begin for the summer are Dare to Lead by Brené Brown, and The Emotionally Healthy Leader by Scazzaro. And there's one that I just saw the other day. It's called Flipping ADHD on Its Head by Jim Poole. And that's like written to like the perspective of someone talking to a parent. But I thought it'd be really good as an educator to kind of see, what they had to say about ADHD being like thinking about ADHD as a gifting. And if you think of it as a gifting, like how do you treat it differently? So I thought that was cool. On my health book list right now, I am looking at some cookbooks that are for clean eating. Like there's one called Quick Prep Paleo by Mary Smith that I'm into right now. And then also that kind of goes along with my hobby, which I am trying to learn how to grow vegetables in containers and not take up as much space. Although I don't really know why, because quite frankly, I have plenty of space in my backyard that I could have a huge garden if I wanted. But I think it's more the thought that like, if you grow more vertically, then there's not as much like weeding and stuff like that to do, which appeals to me. So I'm reading a book by Luke Potter that's called How to Grow Vegetables in Pots and Containers. And then on my list of books that's just fiction, just fun, I like to read North Carolina authors, and one book that I keep starting and I'm not finishing, even though I like it, is The Prayer Box by Lisa Wingate. And another one that I'm interested in reading is Cold Mountain by Charles Fraser, who is also a North Carolina author. All right, number 6. What's on your Netflix binge list right now, your watch list? I've been watching Shameless lately. I started watching it. It was recommended to me by a colleague, and I'm kind of hooked on it. I also really got into Virgin River over the winter time, and there are some new episodes that I haven't watched yet. And The Crown. I'm interested in anything that has to do with royalty. I like to watch those. Of course, as soon as Bridgerton comes back out again, I'm going to be watching that, but I've watched all the episodes, so. Also, I really like to watch old cooking shows and new cooking shows. Just give me all the cooking shows. I'm interested in seeing what other people do, and then don't necessarily like follow everything, step by step, but I get ideas and then I infuse that into my own cooking. And one of my favorites that I watch all year round is The Great British Bake Off. Whenever I just need to kind of like veg out and not think too hard, I'll watch that. Number 7, what have you been putting off for months that you hope to do during the summer? I think probably on the top of the list is setting up my home office. I have a bed in there and things keep getting thrown on that bed, and I want to like straighten that up. I want to organize my closet and make sure that everything's set up so that I can actually do grading and work in there. And the second thing is that we have like a lower level to our house that's just sort of like a throw wall. It's not completely finished in there. It's been used as like a game room, and there are a lot of like boxes and things that we haven't unpacked that are down in there that I kind of want to go through, and if there's still things that I need to get rid of, I want to get rid of it, and if not, then I want to kind of bring it into the house and incorporate it into the house. So setting up my office and organizing my storage area. Number 8, do you have a summer job or a side hustle? So we have for the last like 5 years, I think, worked with vacation rental agencies, and we've been cleaners in the past. But this is our 3rd year inspecting vacation houses, and we weren't going to do it this summer, but they kind of talked us into it. They offered us more pay, and I'm like, okay, well, I can save some money for my trip. And we were supposed to go on a vacation for our 30th anniversary as well, so it's helpful to do that. It's only 1 day a week, it's Saturdays. And then, of course, the summer school. Question number 9. What is your ideal self-care summer day? Well, I kind of halfway described this already, but I'd say like sleep until 9, read outside for an hour, work in my garden, water the plants, take a long walk, eat a really light breakfast, maybe swim and lay out half the day, and then go into town and meet up with my daughters in the early evening, and maybe like go to the beach before I come back home. Number 10, what is your favorite thing to do outside? Definitely float in the pool. We are fighting with our pool this summer. We are in a new house, and the pool had not been used for like, I think it was 2 or 3 years. It had sat there, and so there was a lot of algae and stuff in there, and there was a problem with the pump, and so we've been working to try to get it cleaned out, and we're getting closer, but there's still stuff on the bottom, and our pool vac's not working, so we think that we need a new pump that's going to better build up pressure for the pool vacuum to work, and then we'll be able to get it totally clean. It is, however, at the point where it's not dangerous for us to be in the water, so I've been in there after school for like a week now, scooping every day, and then after I get done with a lot of it, I'll just float on, because when you're on the top, you're not really in any of the stuff that needs to be done. So yeah, but we'll see. I may give up on it at some point if we don't get it fixed. I might just go to the Y and deal with the drive. Number 11, what is your favorite thing to do inside? I'd say either reading or decorating the house. Number 12, what professional development do you want to do this summer, if any? I can honestly say that after the year that we've had, I don't really have any real desire to do PD this summer. I'm just kind of like, we had so much PD this year, and I was really appreciative at the time because we needed, help with remote learning and strategies, things like that, different platforms that we could use. But I kind of got like overwhelmed and burnout on PD. So if I had to go, I would say I'd pick a science conference, or I want to go to Get Your Teach On. And I'm hoping to see a middle and high school one soon. So I'm waiting. I think they started trying to do something for science for middle and high, but I haven't seen the actual Get Your Teach On for middle and high yet. So I'm putting it out there. Hello, I will come if you have it. I'm also going to be starting my doctorate. I've decided to go back, and I did my EDS, which is like the first 2 years of it. And I was supposed to have my principal internship, but COVID messed it up. And so, I've been doing things around my school to get experience as an administrator, whatever they'll let me do, whatever they, give me the opportunity to do. But it's not the same as an internship exactly. So I talked to them about just coming back and doing my internship, and my university said they don't have any way to do that unless I actually come back with a degree program. So I think that pretty much makes my decision for me, that I am going to go on and add to my EDS and turn it into a doctorate. And I'm planning on starting that sometime this fall. So kind of taking a break this summer because I know I'm going to be getting plenty of hours. So that is it. That's the 12 questions. If you would like to do the summer teacher tag, it's not too late. You can participate in it. Just tag us at the bottom in your tags and your description for teacher summer tag. I'll put it down there so you can see which one it is. And you will be added to the list of videos. I hope everyone is enjoying their summer and getting some rest and recuperating for the new school year. I'm definitely finding my moments because I know that I have to make sure that I'm prepared when I go back in the fall to start over again with a new group of 6th graders and to bring my other kids back into 7th and 8th grade. So finding my moments, my afternoon moments. But I hope you all are having a great summer, and I will see you very soon. As always, don't forget to work hard, be kind, and amazing things will eventually happen. Bye-bye.